What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 14 of Football Talk. That's right. I'm coming at you on 12/15 of 2013. Doing it on Sunday for the first time. I believe since I think episode 3 we did it on a Sunday morning, but since there's no college football, I kind of figured, why not just do it on Sunday since we're mainly focusing on the NFL anyways. But I hope you guys are doing well. I know I am. This is the last Football Talk for at least 2 weeks. Actually, at the most of 2 weeks. We will be back the 28th of December. I will be gone next weekend, so we cannot do it next weekend for those games. So we'll see what happens with this video, and we may try to get one done before then. Probably not, but I'm not gonna make any promises. But if if we do, then we do. But again, there will not be another football talk next weekend. Episode 15 will be on the 28th. We will be previewing the bigger bowls and the NFL matchups for that weekend. And the bowls are coming up that week in the world of football. We will be kind of focusing on 4 bowls this week, and then of course the 15 NFL games that are happening as well. So. But I hope you guys are doing well. I'm not going to read off the scores again. I don't think it. I don't know how many people actually matter. I mean, if you haven't seen them by now, then I don't know. I will probably start doing that more with the Bulls and stuff like that coming up. But I will say that the Chargers did beat the Broncos 27-20 on Thursday Night Football. That's a big win for the Chargers. And so that kind of set the pace for this coming weekend and today in the world of professional football. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Kyle, and we'll get to picking him. He has to call me, so I just sent out the text. That's just how we do it. That's how we do it here. I literally woke up 30 minutes ago, slept a little late, didn't get up until 10. I don't know why I hate doing that. I absolutely hate getting. Here he is. Hate waking up late, What's up, Kyle?
What's up?
All right, so we're about to pick some NFL games. You ready?
Oh, yeah. I always am, man.
All right. So the Redskins travel to Atlanta, where my parents will be today, to take on the Falcons. So, who you got in this game?
I got the Falcons, and this is obviously a big debacle now in Washington with Shanahan's telling RG3, you're sitting the rest of the year. I think this is going to lead to not only Mike Shanahan being fired, but the offensive coordinator, his son Kyle Shanahan, getting fired as well. It's just a nasty situation. It seems like Shanahan and RG3 have a bit beef, especially in one of the guys on the NFL Network just got a report. It may not be true, but from what a report is, the Redskins player told them that when RG3 and Shanahan pass in the hallway, they don't talk, they don't look eye to eye. That's just a big disconnect. And when it comes down to it, when you have a franchise quarterback and an incomplacent coach, it's going to come down to the star quarterback getting the best of you. And that's why I think Shanahan's going to go, and that's why I think today Falcons rise up in Atlanta, which they have done a few times this season, in a little football game.
Yay for the Falcons. Do you think that RG3 doesn't like Shanahan because he made him play last year? Got hurt.
I think it's just Shanahan. I don't think Shanahan wants to go with someone else. It's just that management loves RG3 so much. They protect him as the golden boy. I think Shanahan rubs by that the wrong way. So.
Yeah, you really can't blame them, though. I got to move my mic real quick. You really can't blame the Redskins, though. They really hadn't had any big polarizing figure there for years and years and years. So
I'm on the side of RG3 here. I think Shanahan is not. They made the playoffs last year, but I've really never been a big Shanahan fan. He's a good coach. I don't think he's a great coach, and especially in this day and age with young quarterbacks, I don't think he's what the Redskins need. I think they need somebody that can play to RG3's strength and help them get a good defensive coordinator in there, because that defense can't stop me or you. So
yeah.
So I think they just need a new system that fits RG3 the best, and that's when the Redskins will probably go to in the offseason.
I think it will be a closer game than people think. Kirk Cousins.
I agree. Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
will play well.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick the Falcons too, but so just because my parents are there and
Yeah.
it should be pretty cool. I know they just wanted to see RG3 play and he's not playing, so yeah, that kind of sucks. And the Falcons are terrible, so they gave up. They ate the bones last week. I'm not gonna talk about it. So moving on, the Bears head into Cleveland and take on the Browns. The Browns team coming off almost a huge victory over the Patriots. That defense played some of the best defense that we'd seen all year against the Patriots, and did it well. But the Browns lost on a pretty controversial call, and I'm actually going to pick the Bears to win this. I think Josh McCown's doing, and it kills me, man. But I really can't pick the Browns. Josh McCown's doing stuff right now, but I think Jay Cutler's actually getting the start, which is actually wrong in my opinion. Give it to the hot hand. You're 5-2 with McCown. You're 4-4 with Jay Cutler. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. It's a very interesting call. This is a tough pick for me because I think Cutler coming back is actually going to help because with the emergence of Alshon Jeffrey, Cutler really never went to him that much. Cutler went to him, but not as much as McCown would. So, and Cutler's favorite target is Brandon Marshall from their days in Denver and all that. So, but I think this is an opportunity for them to. I think Cutler's going to go to Jeffrey more. I think it's going to open up more doors. I do think this is the right move. Don't get me wrong. Counts played great, and I respect him for what he's done, especially against my putrid Cowboys defense last week. But I think Cutler knows the system better. He'll get it to the other guys. I know I'm not saying McCown does, but I think Cutler is the best option for them going forward, and I think they get a big W today. It'll be close, though. Jason Campbell has been playing well. Josh Gordon has been playing out of his mind. So I think the Browns keep it close. 28-24 Bears.
Yeah, I think it's. I want to know how many of these games are going to have snow again.
Oh gosh.
So it would be fun to watch.
And we can make blizzards.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Good lord. The Texans head in to Lucas Oil Field to take on the Colts today. Oh man, I don't know. Both these teams are sucking butt right now. But I'm gonna pick the Colts to beat the Texans. I think that's a smarter move than picking the Texans to beat the Colts. So
I think this is gonna be a closer game than people think. Texans, Gary Kubiak, they're coming off a bad 11 straight losses. So I really can't say that any of them are bad. It's the way they're playing. But their coach just got fired. Kubiak's gone. They're going to be playing with motivation under Wade Phillips, trying to prove something. Maybe hope Wade Phillips sticks around as the head coach. I do think this will come down to a wire. I do think it will be a very close game. But in the end, home field advantage at Lucas Oil Stadium is tough to beat. I think Andrew Luck and the division champion, AFC South Division champion, Indianapolis Colts, so they will be getting into the playoffs and probably hosting they will be hosting a wild card game.
yeah.
But I think they're going to win today and move 9-5.
Yeah, I love Wade Phillips. I like him from a defensive coordinator side. He's just not a very good head coach. So
and you know with my experience.
Oh, I know.
Coach somewhere.
I know, but he's a brilliant defensive coordinator. So we'll see what's up with that. But yeah, Colts I think is a smart choice in that game.
I just think with the Texans right now, they need a quarterback in the draft, and they need one to get because this team has way too much talent to be doing this bad.
Yeah, and to start off, with such expectations, kind of like the Falcons, so.
This team has way too much talent. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Texas team has way too much talent.
Yeah, they have a lot of talent. They have some problems. They're just very inconsistent on both sides of the ball. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens come April. So Patriots head into Sun Life to take on the Dolphins. I should get this game today. Wow, what a surprise. My parents were like, hey, are you going to watch the Falcons game? I'm like, I don't get the Falcons game. I get the Tampa Bay and Dolphins game. Yay. What?
You'll get to see the Niners.
Yeah, I'll be watching the Dolphins game, though. I'm not really expecting much from the Buccaneers.
I think that's major implications in the wild card race in the AFC. Major.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, Patriots, Dolphins. I'm actually going to pick, I don't know, man. like Brady has to do good for me today. I'm gonna go with the hot hand and say the Patriots will win, and they'll have to come back in the second half and win again. But Dolphins are a good team. They almost got beat last week to the Steelers. Oh my gosh, what a game!
Antonio Brown, don't step out of bounds. You got close.
Yeah, if he had taken such a wide swing, he didn't even have to take that. He would have made it easily. So I'm thinking Patriots.
I think the Dolphins coming back home are gaining confidence. Obviously, the AFC wildcard race is a jambalaya of teams right now, but there's three teams really separating themselves from the pack now, one of them being the Dolphins. So, and the Chargers, obviously, with that huge win over on Thursday night in Denver, which impressed me. I'll get to that in a minute. But the Dolphins know they need this game. If they win this game, they got 2 games left. And they honestly, out of the 3 teams that I think are really competing for that last playoff spot, I think they have the most favorable schedule going forward.
Yeah.
They get to go to Buffalo, and I'm not saying that's a given with the way Buffalo's playing, and then they host the Jets, and yeah, that's that. So
Jets won last week.
I think the Dolphins today come out fired up. I think they're going to play well. I think Tannehill's going to have a good game. I think Mike Wallace is going to, not Mike Wallace, other guys are going to, Charles Clay. I mean, Keith Lee is going to be matched up probably on Mike Wallace, so I think Mike Wallace found a way to exploit Keith Lee a couple times. Not so much, he won't beat him a lot, but he'll get some yards. I think Hartline, Charles Clay, and others like Gibson step up. The running game big today as the Patriots take a step back after losing Gronk for the year and go to Miami for the first time since 2007 and 2009, get beat by Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, that one game that Hartline had against them back in the day. No, it was Anthony Fasano. Remember that?
Yeah.
And they beat him, and it was like, oh my gosh. That was the last time they wore that's when they predominantly wore that orange, nasty-looking uniform.
Yeah, thank goodness those are gone.
Yeah. The Eagles head into Minnesota to take on the extremely, extremely, extremely good Vikings team this year.
Peterson and Gerhardt are both out.
Yeah. Hello, Eagles. How's that W looking for you right now? I'm picking the Eagles. Who you got?
I got the Eagles.
Yeah.
It's just the Eagles are on the hot hand right now. Nick Foles and LaShawn McCoy playing out of their mind. Looks like LaShawn McCoy is going to end up being the NFL's rushing king this season. Had an incredible year. Nick Foles, obviously the hot hand, and going up against the depleted Minnesota offense, and one of the 29th worst, the number 29th passing defense. This is not going to be close. I got the Eagles big.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Before more blood is shed in that matchup, for all the Vikings fans are just sitting there with razors. Seahawks and Giants. Seahawks head into MetLife, take on the Giants. Let's see. Who am I going to pick in this one? You go ahead first, Kyle.
I think the Giants will play well. Obviously, their season's over now. They've mathematically been eliminated from the playoff race. So they're done. Obviously, didn't have the pieces this year for them, but moving on. Suck it, Giants. I think this week, coming off a loss, both teams coming off a loss, but obviously the more talented team coming into MetLife, coming from San Francisco to New York. So this game will be close, but this is a team that the Seahawks have been a team that's been able to make plays in close games this year at points in time. I just think they're a more talented team, obviously, and I think they bounce back on the road and get a win at MetLife. And possibly, they may get a good look at where they'd be playing for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, in the snow. Yeah. Seahawks win this game. Plain and simple. I think it will be probably by 7 or less, honestly.
Yeah, I do think that's will play well.
Yeah. I think the 7 or less will happen on the defensive side, though. So
one thing, referring to Super Bowl 48, I think after this year and after this Super Bowl, they will never ever do a Super Bowl outdoors in cold weather again.
Well, no, they'll never schedule it for a northern city. They'll keep it in the south like they're supposed to. Or they'll do it out west like they're supposed to.
I mean, I just
bring it to Atlanta like you're supposed to. God.
Exactly.
You got 80,000 seats just waiting there. So, there you go. 49ers head into Tampa Bay after coming off a big emotional win over the Seahawks in Candlestick. Now about to be Levi Stadium, which is so stupid. But they do head into Raymond James, which is usually a pretty good place to play. They've had some good turnouts this year, surprisingly. But I'm going to pick the 49ers to win this game. I think it will be a lot closer. I think it will be by 3 points, in all honesty. Mike Glenn is playing well. Bobby Rainey is playing well. But that defense has got to step up. That defense is good. Buccaneers defense is very good this year. They gotta do what they gotta do, and they got forced turnovers really in this game. But 49ers will win. I think Gore will have a good game against that defense. So
I think I agree with you 100% on the fact that you said this game will be closer than the experts think. Buccaneers playing good football right now. I think Mike Glennon is doing enough to earn possibly that starting job. And I think the Buccaneers defense is playing well. Makes the Bills. And the Bills look offensively looking okay. Made the Bills offense look like horrid last week. I think in the end, Kaepernick and the defense for the Niners is going to be one of the best defenses Buccaneers go up against all year. Home field advantage keeps them in the game until David Akers' field goal as time expires gives the Niners a close victory to get them to 10-4.
David Akers isn't their kicker anymore, Kyle.
Oh, it's Phil Dawson.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, he said that last week. I wasn't gonna say anything last week, but then I was like, Kyle, I'll give you another chance, and you blew it.
Shout out to Matt Prater for your NFL record 64-yard field goal.
It was at Mile High, so we'll see.
Where people in Denver are Mile High, so
yeah, and where John Elway doesn't know what's right from wrong and can't decide whether or not to be human or to be dead. So. All right, Bills head into Jacksonville, take on the Jaguars. Oh boy, I gotta go get tickets for that game for like $1. So,
hey, they'll get 2 free beers.
yeah, I get 2 free beers. Yeah, I bet Everbank is like, we don't want to be part of your organization anymore. Can we have our sponsor back? So I don't know who to pick in this game. I'm gonna pick the Bills.
Not so fast, my friend.
Uh-oh. Lee Corso. Whoa.
Wait a minute.
Wait just a minute.
I'm going with the Jags. I think, technically, 3 winning streak.
Yeah.
This may be something we never ever say for the rest of the time, but the Jaguars are the hottest team in the AFC right now.
Yeah.
Playing good football, still at home. This crowd's actually starting to turn out against the Bills. They'll get their 5th win today. I don't know why they want to keep winning because the draft pick was much nicer, but they can take it anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Jags. I just think the Bills are sputtering right now. They're spiraling down. Their defense didn't look very good against a mediocre at best offense in Tampa last week, and they couldn't get it. I mean, there's so many turnovers, and then their defense couldn't stop much. So, and Jaguars.
I'm pretty sure that half of America that can see this game, a.k.a. the one person watching it in Jacksonville, they'll probably fall asleep to this match, honestly. Moving on.
Fun fact today.
What?
Fun fact, last year, I was told this the other day, there were Neeson ratings for an Astros game, and this is completely off topic, but just getting back to people watching games. Neeson ratings are total people who watched it. The Neeson rating for an Astros game last September in the last 2 weeks of the season was 0.0, which means nobody was watching that Astros game.
Yeah, who would? They suck. They haven't been good since 06. Or 05, sorry, I was wrong. The Chiefs head into the black hole to take on the Raiders. The Raiders.
Just win, baby.
Yeah. God, he's dead.
He's a convincing man of NFL.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs to win. I think it'll be a pretty good game. This is usually a good game. They hate each other. They always have, and they always will. It was a lot bigger of a rivalry back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s whenever both teams were actually good. But now that everybody's starting to kind of turn around, starting to do good again, we'll see what happens. But I think the Chiefs will pull out a victory. I'm going to say probably by no more than 10 points.
Now, I think it'll be a very close game because the Raiders caused problems in Arrowhead week 6, I believe. It was a really close game, and the Chiefs eked out a victory. But today in the Black Hole, I think the Raiders will be playing in front of their home crowd with a lot of emotion. Black Hole, Raiders haven't been so hot since they went to the Super Bowl, but the crowd still comes out. I got to give them credit for that. I just think the Chiefs are the more talented team. I think this will be very, 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 very close. It may come down to the legs of either Brian Suckup or possibly Sebastian Janikowski. But in the end, I think the Chiefs get it done.
Yeah, they need to.
Close.
They have to.
Simple close.
They absolutely have to at this point. So the Jets head into Carolina.
Oh, God.
Bank of America Stadium.
Oh, God.
Take on the Panthers. I'm going to pick the JE. I'm just playing Panthers. So, Panthers win. Watch the Jets come out and beat them. That'd be hilarious. And everybody's like, what just happened?
Panthers sitting at 9-4 now. Obviously, a big loss last week. Didn't play very well in New Orleans, but then again, who plays very well in New Orleans?
Katrina did.
Put it this way: I think the Panthers come back to get their 10th win of the season. Something I didn't think I would be saying right now at the beginning of the year, but you got to give it to Ron Rivera and his guys up there. They really had a great season. Cam Newton. It's not really been. It's the defense. It's just their MO. It can't. The difference between Cam Newton the last 2 years and Cam Newton this year. Cam knows now he doesn't have to make all those plays, and he's not being forced to make a lot of plays to help them win. And that's what he's settling in, and that's why I think Cam Newton with weapons, weapons. With weapons in the NFL, whatever team he's on now or in the future, if you give him weapons and don't force him to make a lot of plays, I think he's going to be a heck of a quarterback in the NFL. And we're seeing that right now. We're seeing the effects of that right now.
Yeah, in all honesty, though, that offense has been very stagnant. It's the defense that has hyped them up. So, without that defense.
They have more prolific weapons. Ted Ginn, Brandon LaFell, Steve Smith, Greg Olsen, D'Angelo Williams, Jonathan Stewart, Tolbert. I mean, that's a good offense. So I think they get rebounded in front of their home crowd and get the Panthers get their first 10-win season. That's Jake Delhomme. 2008.
Yay, I love Jake Delhomme. All right. Cardinals and Titans play today. This will actually be a good game.
Great. I think this will be a very good game.
And they're at home in Nashville. I'm going to pick the Titans to beat the Cardinals. Cardinals are very dangerous anyways, but they're even more dangerous in the red zone, and they're away from the red zone today. So, I'm going to definitely pick the Titans to win in Nashville in front of their home crowd. They always have good turnouts there in Nashville, so it'll be pretty cool.
I agree. I think it's going to be a very good game. I think the Cardinals, obviously playing this Cardinals, another thing I won't be saying during the beginning of the season, the Cardinals, if they win today, will be 9-4 and have a chance to win 10 games as well. That's another thing. But, I mean, Cardinals need to win this game. If the Cardinals lose and the Titans win, if the Titans win today and the Cardinals and the Niners go out and win against Tampa Bay, Cardinals are in trouble for that wild card spot.
Yeah.
They have to win out, especially with a win. I just think it would be tough. That's why I think today they lost Tyrann Mathieu last week to a torn ACL and PCL and MCL. It's terrible for the rookie. I thought he was having a great season. I honestly thought he was on his way to having NFL Rookie of the Year honors defensively, but it's tough. I think the defense will step up today, but it won't be enough. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick, who has surprisingly played very well the past couple of weeks, is a very good backup quarterback. And in place of Jake Locker, I think the Titans, after competing for most of the game up until about the fourth quarter last week against Denver, competing most of the way, I think they're going to get it done today at home and upset the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game. A good game, sorry. So, moving on. Saints head into St. Louis, take on the Rams. Oh boy. You know what? I'm just gonna heck with it. Rams win this game by a touchdown.
Now, here's the thing. Saints are top of the world again. Saints, after getting demoralized in Seattle, come back home to beat Carolina. They're front runners in the division again. But St. Louis had a bad team. St. Louis defense has been playing better. They've got guys on the defensive side that are going to be great players for years to come. Alec Ogletree, a linebacker, forcing turnovers, getting the ball hawking tackler. He's a good player. Robert Quinn on the line. Robert Quinn, man. Woo!
Yeah.
Get after it, son. He's a beast.
Long.
And that's sack getters.
Yeah.
Woo! And offensively, Kellen Clemens hasn't been playing bad. I mean, you think about a couple of weeks ago, they blew out the Bears in St. Louis.
Yeah.
They took Seattle to the limit. They've played well inside of the Edward Jones, though, and I think that happens again today.
Wow.
I think the Rams rise up to the occasion and take down the New Orleans Saints and Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Drew Brees.
Yeah. All right.
Drew Brees was running for 50,000 yards in his career.
How many is he weigh?
Drew Brees threw for, he got, last week he threw for his, he threw a touchdown now for 50,000 yards.
Oh well, I mean he's been in the league since 2000, so 2003 actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So.
playing very well.
Yeah. All right. Last game of the afternoon: Packers and Cowboys. Packers head into what is it now? AT&T Stadium.
Yeah.
Take on Cowboys.
I love you, Downs, but I don't like renaming the stadium.
Yeah, no, they like rename it every single year. So, who you got in this game, Kyle?
I got my Cowboys. I think they rise up with a terrible defense. I think Matt Flynn. I think this will be a very close game, just because the Cowboys in December is also shaky.
Yeah.
I think the Packers will make plays. They got the weapons to do so. They're going to have a lot of confidence because they know they need this win. Because if Rodgers can come back the last 2 weeks of the season, if they get this win today, that's huge. Especially depending on what the Lions do tomorrow night and the Bears do today.
Yeah.
So I think they will come out firing. I do think it'll be close. I think Lacey's going to have a good game. If the Cowboys, Sean Lee not going to be there, so I think this will be a very close game. But I think Tony Romo silences some more critics today, gets a big W at home in Big D, and keeps the Cowboys alive in the NFC.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Packers. Of course.
We know.
Yeah.
Okay, so our teams are going head to head. So good luck to your Packers. I'm giving them credit.
Yeah.
I'm saying they may win. I don't know because the Cowboys defense couldn't stop the lollipop kill from Wizard of Oz.
I can only imagine that. It'd be the funniest thing ever. We represent the lollipop touchdown. Packers. I think Packers will win. Like you said, they need it. Mark McCarthy said they have to win out, no matter what. He gave them the ultimatum. And I think they'll help the Cowboys under Romo improve to 13-21 in the month of December today. Will you stop messing around, dog? God. Yeah, he's doing stuff. So, I hope the Packers win today.
If not, it's just,
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, I don't really have any. They had a decent year. If Rodgers hadn't gotten hurt, they would probably.
In the division right now.
Yeah, they probably would be on their way to the Super Bowl at this point. They were dangerous right before he got hurt, and then yeah.
And they're about to get Randall Cobb back, so it's a scary thought too.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. If not this week, then definitely next week, and the week after that. So we'll see what happens. We could still win the division even with a loss today. So.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we'll see. All right, hold on. My computer's doing something. Hold on. All right, Clyde, go lay down, you freak. Go. All right, so Sunday Night Football, Bengals and Steelers, which will probably be one of the better games of the not season, but yeah, probably the season, but of the afternoon. Both teams really need this win. I'm going to. My dad would kill me. I'm going to pick the Bengals to win this game just because Andy Dalton is just going off. They scored 49 last week again. So I'm going to pick the Bengals to win in Pittsburgh. It will be a good game. I'm going to be watching this one tonight. I know TLC is on, but I won't be getting TLC tonight. I'm going to be watching the Bengals game. So we'll see what happens. I think it will be a good game. I know my dad will be watching because he finally has Sundays off so he can actually watch football. So.
I agree. I think it's a big close game. Obviously, the Steelers almost had an improbable win last week, but couldn't get it done. Cody Brown almost. But I think the Bengals are about to emerge as a Super Bowl contender, even without their best defensive player, Atkins. Andy Dalton's playing on another level right now. Can he continue playing on the level? We don't know. But he has the weapons to go deep in the playoffs and challenge the Broncos.
Yeah.
The Broncos struggle with deep threat. That's one of the weaknesses. There's obviously the defense. The defense of the Broncos doesn't prevent going anywhere. They'll be back at home eating their munchies, and Peyton Manning will be there coming in Manning face or something like that.
No, he'll be there making Papa John pizzas, man. That's all he's going to be doing. Getting ready for the Super Bowl shuffle thing, man. Yeah, man, we got to get 3 pizzas out a day. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the Bengals are going to win this game. I just think the Steelers are pretty much done now, and there's really no way. They're 2 games back in the wild card race. They would have to have a lot happen to get back in it anyway. Plus, the Dolphins and the Ravens hold a head-to-head tiebreaker. Head-to-head tiebreaker in the division record for the Ravens, not because they split. So I think the Bengals and Andy Dalton will continue riding a hot streak and get to a 10-win season tonight.
Yeah, I think Marvin Lewis will get his boys ready.
I think my dad doesn't like him, but I thought Marvin Lewis is one of my favorite head coaches in the National Football League.
Yeah, he's solid. He's had some bad years, but he's
consistent. He's taken her to the playoffs a lot.
Yeah,
and that's something I can't really say about the Bengals organization.
And the Brown family has, kept him there, even through thick and thin. So, strong organization at this point. It's Monday Night Football, which is going to be a pretty good game, I think. Ravens and Lions at Ford Field. I'm actually going to pick. I'm going to pick the Lions to win this game. They got home crowd. I think it'll be a really good game. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Honestly, my mom and I actually may go to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch this game, so we'll see what happens. So.
I'm going to pick the Lions as well. I think the Lions are going to enjoy their home crowd, Monday Night Football. It's going to be a big game, big-time game. Ravens coming into town, especially because they got embarrassed the last time Monday Night Football came into town in Detroit. So,
yeah.
Last year against the Falcons.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best of the Falcons were good.
Quote unquote, they had to win 8 games last year by a field goal. So
obviously couldn't do anything in the playoffs because they were just like, how do we play defense?
Yeah, they finally got that first playoff win. Everybody's like, yay, we did something. Now we're going to go get our butts kicked. Yay. So, and give up another 21-point lead. Jesus.
I think something key to look at. Matt Elam, Ravens rookie. Now, this has been the MO of the Ravens defense for the longest. Indeed, coming out and talking smack. Terrell Suggs, Ray Lewis, other guys coming out and saying stuff. Let's get the rookie. And he's going to be covering Calvin Johnson tomorrow night. And Calvin Johnson, Matt Elam goes on, he's old. Oh, he's old. Calvin Johnson responded to that. I'll show you what old man strength is. Expect Calvin Johnson to just manhandle that safety.
He's only the safety's only like 6 foot, and Calvin Johnson's like 6'8".
Exactly. So I expect Calvin to have a massive game, and I expect the Lions to get a much needed victory and get one step closer to possibly a division championship.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'll be happy to see the Lions get in.
Probably, especially for them to host the playoff game. I know they went to the playoffs a couple years ago, but I had to play New Orleans. Imagine that place hosting a playoff game.
Yeah, they had to play the Panthers.
Or
the Niners, yeah. Which the Niners game would be good, and the Panthers game would be good.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the Lions go to the Super Bowl. That'd be awesome.
Hey, it'd be nice to see the Lions doing something as long as Stu play the path of Thor everywhere.
Yeah.
Stepping on people and all that.
Yeah. All right, so that does it for the NFL picks. I have about 4 bowl games that I kind of want to talk about. Moving on, I gotta close off my my sheet of where all my stuff was. I didn't actually print out a sheet for the first time in a long time, Kyle. So I had to actually go to the internet for my games. But I got four bowls that we kind of want to touch base on. At least I want to kind of touch base on, just because a lot of the good ones don't happen until our next football talk. So. Yep. So the first one we'll talk about is the Las Vegas Bowl, USC and Fresno State. This will probably be a pretty good game, honestly. It's a lot closer for USC fans to go than I think Fresno State fans. I think they're in Northern California. They're in Fresno, California. Not crap. Never mind. That's what happens whenever you woke up an hour ago. I mean, I woke up too. I was just like, oh my gosh. So I'm gonna pick USC in that game. Honestly.
Now, I think obviously probably the last game in college for guys, especially on the Fresno State side, last college game for Derek Carr. His stock has rose, and he'll probably be a top flight in NFL prospect. He performs well at the combine in his pro day. So look out for that. On the USC side of the ball, last collegiate game probably for Marquise Lee, and what a career he's had. Amazing player. I think he'll be an amazing receiver in the NFL as well. He's got the speed. So I do think USC emotionally may not be as pumped up as it would be because of losing Ogeron, not having them, getting them ready. So I'm actually going to pick Fresno in this game. I think Fresno gets a big win over a big-time program in college football, and so it finishes off probably their best season in school history.
Yeah, you know Mac Brown resigned last night, right?
Yep.
Yeah, surprising.
He did. Stating for the record right here, my prediction for the new head coach is Texas will be, I think Baylor head coach Art Briles will vote Baylor after Texas has him to come, because if he can recruit well at Baylor, imagine what he's going to be able to do at Texas. Yeah.
I hate the Longhorns, honestly.
I do too, but I think they're going to go with Art Briles.
All right, the Hawaii Bowl. Oregon State and Boise State will face each other. This will probably be an extremely good game, honestly. But I'm gonna pick Oregon State to win this game. Boise State's coming off, I think, like their first 3 or 4 loss year ever under Chris Peterson, who's leaving to go to Washington. He is like 92-10 in his 10 years there.
Incredible coach.
Yeah, a brilliant coach. And so that defense is fantastic, but I think Oregon State, I think it would be a good game. You know, Boise State, you can never really count them out. So I'm going to pick Oregon State because I want Boise State to win. So, you know.
Now, Oregon State's prolific offense starting with Sean Mannion, who I think will be returning next year. Sean Mannion, prolific passer. They got the Biletnikoff Award winner, best receiver in the country, and Brandon Cooks, and he's a great player too. I think this is going to be a shootout. I think Boise will flip points as well. So I think this is a shootout in the Hawaii Bowl. And all 7 people that show up will see a shootout between Boise and Oregon State. I think Boise State gets the W, and Peterson, I think he's going to coach this game. I'm not sure. I think he will coach this game. I think there's not, then I don't know. But I'm going to take Boise anyway.
Yeah. Russell Athletic Bowl. Miami and Louisville play each other. Your Canes.
Yeah.
You
don't even need to ask. You know who I'm going with. I'm going with Stephen Morris.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Miami too. Duke Johnson.
Duke Johnson out.
Yeah, I know. I keep on saying his name because I love his name. How's your knee?
He'll be back near 6 year, Duke. It's his ankle.
Doesn't matter. So his leg.
Stephen Morris, his stock in the NFL is rising now because he's a prolific passer. He's got the weapons next year for now. Morris' final game, collegiate game, but Kearns, some of those guys will be back next year receiving wise, especially Stacey Coley, who I think is going to be a monster next year. Running game will be back next year. A lot of the defense, Denzel Perryman. If you haven't seen Denzel Perryman, go look up a hit he had against Wake Forest. Ooh. like a body slam. I just think Louisville, obviously, this may be one of probably the second best team Louisville has faced all year, right behind Central Florida, and they will not be able to handle that. I think Teddy has a good game in Teddy's possible final collegiate game, which should be his final collegiate game. So I'm going to go with the CANES game. So up to you.
Yep. The Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl between Kansas State and Michigan will probably be a really good game. I'm going to pick Kansas State. I got to roll with my Wildcats.
I got to roll with them, too. Bill Snyder, one of my favorite coaches in college football.
Yep.
Great. To lose what they lost last year in a prolific running back, in a prolific receiving corps, in a prolific quarterback who, number one, is just a good college quarterback. He ain't nothing more than that. Colin Klein. Mark would know because Mark drafted him in the first round of the draft this year, but I digress.
Yeah, because all he said was all I did was look at Colin. That's all I had to do.
Yeah, but Snyder has a very good stick this team 7-5, especially after opening the season with a loss to, not saying this is a bad loss, but North Dakota State. To open the season with that kind of tough, but to rebound the way they did and get to a bowl game again, this shows me that this Kansas State program is built for success now and could be very good again next year. So I'm going to go with K-State just because Michigan has been so inconsistent.
Yeah. Especially after suffering that heartbreaking loss against Ohio State. Yeah. So. Alrighty then. So.
How's that Sparty taste, LSU? And how's that pizza taste that you're soaking, Urban Meyer? Little baby.
Oh, come on now. I like Urban, even if he is with a stupid Ohio State. I hate Ohio State, but.
Yeah, I'm throwing eggs at Ohio State. You know what a Buckeye is? It's a hairless nut. And those guys should know what that's like because they probably have no hair on them.
Wow.
Boom. That just happened.
Dang. Come on, Kyle. You really can't get mad at them, Kyle. They had a mass power outage and all their Xboxes turned off right before they won the national title. So that's why they're all crying and rioting because they're like, "Dadgummit, my Xbox got the red rings, power outage, my game broke inside the disk tray, so I can't get it out." Oh, and then Michigan State beats us in real life. Come on, man.
Evacuated due to flooding.
Yeah. Wait a minute. So.
Wait a minute. That table is that match will continue.
This match will continue until that table breaks. What the? Wait a minute.
Speaking of tables, tonight is the fourth annual tables, ladders, and chairs pickery for the WWE.
Yeah.
And the car, obviously big. We'll start with the pre-show, Tyler.
What?
Fandango and the beautiful Summer Rae take on Dolph Ziggler in the pre-show. Who you got?
Dolph Ziggler.
Yep, I got Dolph Ziggler as well. I think it'll be a very good match. They give him about 15 minutes. So I say that's the pre-show match. I think it's a good pre-show match. Push both of those guys. Make Fandango a face.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Intercontinental Championship. Big E Langston versus Damian Sandow.
Big E.
I got Big E as well. I just think they're going to have him have a very long Intercontinental title reign. Fatal four-way for the Tag Team Championships. Ryback and Curtis Axel, a.k.a. the worst tag team in the history of the company.
Ryback.
Oh, wait, I've got Los Matadores in there, too. Never mind. Second worst.
Oh, God. That gives me cold chills. So disgusting.
Rey Mysterio and The Big Show. The Real Americans, and obviously defending is Cody Rhodes and Goldust. I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes and Goldust.
Yeah, I would too, or I'd say the Real Americans would win, but why would they put Rey Mysterio and Big Show together?
That's just a random pairing.
Yeah, Goldust and them should win it.
AJ Lee versus Natalya, Divas Championship. I'm going to go with Natalya in an upset to win the Divas Championship.
I'm with you on that one.
I do think she will win the Divas Championship tonight. Daniel Bryan against the Wyatt family. I'm going to go with... yes!
Yeah.
Yes. Obviously, Seattle Seattle deserves a pay-per-view after the crowd they were on Monday night, but Vince McMahon's like, "Oh, shut up! It's my idea."
Yeah, he wasn't too happy they were cheering for Daniel Bryan.
I feel he usually blames low pay-per-view buys on Daniel Bryan, so okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Bryan to win that.
CM Punk versus The Shield, and something that some marks are just going, okay, oh.
I'm gonna pick CM Punk to win, but a Roman Reigns face turn.
Ooh,
will help Punk.
I agree. I think I could have it as well. I think CM Punk gets the W though. And then obviously the title unification match. Please, WWE, if you do the ending I think you're planning on, which is having both guys grab one belt at the same time, everybody's gonna boo.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna boo. It will be much nicer if somebody screwed Cena. How about a Cena heel turn?
Yeah.
The corporation helps Cena win.
Yeah.
How about a heel turn? Do it. Just do it.
Or this. Here we go. Here's a better heel turn. They're both all right. So they're both going up the ladder. Daniel Bryan comes out, rips Orton off the ladder. The Wyatt family comes out with Daniel Bryan. They wreck crap up in the ring, and Daniel Bryan becomes part of the Wyatt family.
Ooh.
Yeah. And Cena captures the title, but he gets just destroyed in the ring. So.
How about this?
Uh-oh.
How about Orton and Cena going for the title, and they do a botch, and the titles fall on them. This is a botch finish. It's like, oh, crap.
And then Batista comes out there and be like, "What the hell just happened? Powerbomb!"
Yeah. But I think this is the last couple pay-per-views haven't. Hell in a Cell was the last one I was genuinely excited about. I'm genuinely excited about this one too, so it should be interesting. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he wasn't very excited about me being up there to watch Survivor Series with him.
Oh, I love it. I just wasn't
Uh-huh.
excited for Survivor Series as a whole. I didn't think Survivor Series' cause was very good.
The best match of that night was the beginning one with Roman Reigns winning.
Oh yeah, because who thought Del Rio had a chance to beat Cena? Anybody? That's what I thought.
Oh, my dog was raising his hand. Oh no, he's
Sorry,
asleep.
Claude.
Sorry.
Claude.
Stupid paddle. Come on now. Oh,
Alright,
he's
so
looked up at me. He's like, "What the?"
Football talk. We will return next week. Won't we, Tyler?
Yep,
So,
2 weeks, 28th.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, Merry Christmas to all. You have a great holiday. Stuff your faces with food.
Yummy.
Eggnog, of course. Eggnog is life, first off. Put it that way.
Man, you're making me really hungry. It's not fair.
I'm really hungry, too.
All right. Well, there's some death gurgles going on. I'm going to let Kyle go before he ends up eating his whole right hand. So, well, thank you for calling in, Kyle. I appreciate it. And, yeah.
I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right. See you,
Later,
Kyle.
guys. Merry Christmas.
All right. Well, there goes Kyle in his gingerly way of doing what he likes to do. But shout out to him. Sorry, I was reading a text. But yeah, he appreciate what he does. Shout out to him. Follow him at klance30 on Twitter, and me. I am Marksman at IA_Marksman. Link is in the description below. I hope you guys have a good holiday, and I will see you guys the 28th. So peace out.